What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Welcome to Saturday. I'm glad you could make it out there. Watch the show tonight. Tell me how my audio's doing. I did some tweaks, too. Hopefully it's coming in loud and clear. Today we're going to be answering some of your questions on the announcement that Ham Nation is going to start having their episodes hosted here on the Ham Radio Crash Course YouTube channel. And I'll take your questions and try to answer as much as I can. And then we're going to have a little fun with FreeDV, a digital mode for voice over HF. So if you haven't already, check out the link in the description and go download it. It's a relatively straightforward setup process once you get your mind right in how to do it. And so yeah, we'll get started in just a second. All right, everybody, welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Thanks so much for coming out again. We're going to have some fun today. I pulled a Black Tuesday, a can of Black Tuesday for the show, because this is going to be a light show. I'm going to answer some questions right up here on the front end of it about the Ham Nation announcement, and then we'll try and do some contacts over FreeDV. You probably might not have heard of that. I'm relatively new to it as myself, but I've got it set up and it's working, so we're going to have a little fun making that work. Hopefully you'll try it out too. So if you have capability to do so, probably want to go to the link in the description, go ahead and download it, install it. I'll walk through the installation process or the setup process. I assume you know how to install software. And then we're going to be on 40 meters most likely, so you may want to dial over there as well. Thanks so much for all the thumbs up and the hearts. Somebody said they double-hearted it. Thank you very much. 2 hearts. Appreciate it. Very good. Who we got in the chat? A lot of people in the chat. Appreciate everybody coming out. I saw, hey, there's a Smoking Ape right on. I saw Mike. I saw Jason right up top. I saw Adam right on, guys. Thanks for coming out. The YouTubers. A lot of people. Wow. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Every time we do this, it's like more new names, people saying they're coming out for the first time, which means, hopefully, that ham radio is getting more popular, as it should be. Adam Corum says, got my extra yesterday, and my first stop was Ham Tactical to get my extra swag. WA7 Chug or CUG. Right on. That's a good call sign too. First time watching live, Zachary Klein. Well, thank you for watching live. Appreciate that. There's the triple hearts. Appreciate that. Jim from Alabama, how's it going? Portugal. CT2 JTR, ham stuff and more, right on. Right on. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Good question. Dusty Bays says, anyone know if the HRC YSF group is super active? Just got my Zoom spot set up. So go to hrcc.link. That's the website URL, hrcc.link, and that'll give you more information on setting that up. All right? And you can always hop on Discord, too. By the way, our Discord is in the description, the link to that. We will be doing our after chat as we always do. The after chat will take your questions live over voice chat, try to help you out. There's usually a lot of really smart people in the room. We have gone over 100 people in the VC at once before. And that's always a lot of fun because we get a lot of really good questions, and hopefully we answer a lot of people. I know Mike, K at MRD, is usually in there, Adam, and a lot of other folks that you're probably familiar with. So. And that's K6ARK, Adam. Okay, so real quick, I got a couple announcements, and we'll dive right into the fun stuff here. So first, you see that big red banner? Want to warn people that, yes, we're still shipping Ham Tactical, but due to the holiday shipping, if you didn't get your order in, it might not make it before Christmas. And that's my wife had to turn this on, and she feels bad that, you know, obviously if you ordered past this time, you might have missed it. So anyway, we appreciate you buying the merch, though, and hopefully you think it's good stuff. By the way, I'll pimp the podcast here. I think it's in the description, but if you look for the Ham Radio Crash Course podcast anywhere, we do a segment. It's letters to Leia, And you can email her at leah@hamtactical.com with your shirt ideas or merch ideas. If we turn it into merch, you will get the first merch item that we make out of it. We will send it to you, and so little incentive to come up with some cool ideas. And we've already done that a few times. A couple of the shirts that are on there were recommended by the viewers, so super appreciate that. Thank you very much. For those that are looking for gifts and you don't have much time, I updated the Amazon list to add a couple more items for the new year, 2020 that is, in things that I still think are good gift ideas for hams. So if you are interested in checking that out, the link is in the description to the Ham Radio Crash Course Amazon affiliate store. I am an affiliate of Amazon, which means no different in the price to you, but if you buy something, a little bit goes to the channel. So thanks for the support there. Okay, let's see. What else do I have to mention on that? Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of other items for different show topics that we've done, walking through a ton of different stuff. So anything you're looking for, the time is now kind of to go ahead and do that if you need to order something. And remember, you're a ham, so most likely you're very particular in what you want to buy. You probably won't get the gifts that you want. So if that's the case, consider checking out the Ham Radio Crash Course Amazon store. Okay, so what are we talking about? We'll go right into it. In fact, actually, let's go right into this first. This is a big boy beer. This is, oh boy. Anyway, we'll open this up. I was gonna save this, but I'm just gonna crack open because I didn't really do anything after I had lunch. Leia had me pick up the spiciest Indian food I've ever had in my life. Really, 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 really spicy. Like challenge level curry spicy. And it was, I took a nap. So I didn't go and pick up any new beers. So we're going to go into an old classic, a 19% Imperial aged bourbon barrel stout. So cheers. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend. This is kind of the last full week before the break, so cheers to everybody. Thank you for coming out. Okay. Man, yeah, that curry. Oh, it's so good. So good, but so spicy. And remember, I did the Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing Hot Challenge in 5 minutes, 12 blazing wings, and they make them extra spicy. Okay, so what's going on? Changes for Twit in 2021. For those that didn't know, the Ham Nation show, both the live show and the podcast, was hosted by Twit, which stands for This Week in Tech. It is a company ran by Leo Laporte. He's been doing it for a very long time, does really good stuff. But 2020 has hit everybody a little differently, and to some of the effect of 2020, Leo is going to start scaling back some of his production, including, unfortunately, Ham Nation, which has had a 10-year, I got that wrong on the podcast, I apologize, I think I mentioned 5, 10 years running in both podcast and video form. So yeah, that's a blow. Gordon West is on there, right? Gordon West, like a lot of you, basically was what helped me get my license, right? A little bit before there were websites like hamstudy.org and whatnot, you'd go buy a book. Literally drove down to the HRO in Anaheim, bought the Gordon West book, and studied and got my technician license. So it's kind of an honor that I've been even asked to try and help out with the show. And basically what's going to happen is, so Twit is out. Twit is no longer going to produce any part of the show. I am taking over all the hosting duties. So all the live interviews, the slides, the images, I'll be running through the HRCC, I guess, production studio now, where I will take on what they did to the best of my abilities. I know there will be changes. Twit is a actual production house where they do a lot of different video productions, and I have a modest setup. But I have been working with the Ham Nation team. We have done a kind of a simple dry run. We're going to do a full dry run later before the end of the year. And so far, computer runs fine. No problem with all the extra activity going on. So I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to do a really good job in continuing Ham Nation going, because I have been a follower. I watch the show. I actually listen to the podcast more than anything because I drive a lot to and from work. So I listen to the podcast on my way to work. So what I'll do, let's do this. I will take questions. I'm watching the chat. If somebody throws a question out there, There's a couple of things that came to mind that I didn't really think about, but I remembered it because, again, I listened to the podcast of Ham Nation. I know there's a lot of people who are really, really active, and they have a really great community over on the Twit IRC chat. Now, I appreciate that with Ham Nation coming to my channel, we obviously have the YouTube chat. Some of that's going to be a bit different for the people that are familiar with IRC, right? We don't do IRC here on the YouTube. But I recommend, everybody watching, just use the live chat that's on the YouTube side if you can, if that works for you with the lack of the IRC. If you want something with a little bit more connectivity, a little bit more involved community, we have a Discord, and the Discord is like an IRC server. In fact, I would say it's IRC for the new generation. So many things are the same with IRC that carries right over. I was both an IRC user when I was a kid. Now I'm using Discord now, so it's very, very similar. I don't think the folks that have used IRC before, I don't think will have a problem. But it's a good, it's a good. It can't all be exactly the same, I guess. So yeah, I appreciate that. But I'll work with you. I'll do whatever I can to try and make it as smooth a transition as possible. And of course, yeah, so, most everyone from the standard crew is going to come over. There will be some of the crew that are on less. The two up front, I'll just say this up front too, Bob Heil and George Thomas are going to be on less. They have 2020, hits everybody different. Bob is extra busy. With Heil Sound and everything else he's up to, and George Thomas obviously very busy too. He has a job. He also does Smoke and Solder and Ham College. If I get that wrong, I know Ray Novak is in the chat, so he'll correct me. But they're going to be dialing back a little bit. But we're going to add in Randy more, so we're going to get more of the build videos and stuff Randy does. Randy's fantastic. Everybody's fantastic. So we're going to be exploring a lot of the experts that are a part of Ham Nation, go into a little bit background on what they're all about. Amanda's obviously great at MCOM. We talk about MCOM a lot here, so we will definitely be talking about that in the future. So I'm super excited. I think it's going to be fun. I'm really engaged. So let's see. Oh, somebody said, Red Radio, Josh is taking the ham test hard. I'm blown away about how many questions there are. I don't think it's hard. The technician test I don't believe is hard. But, I can feel that, it could be a, mind shift, if you will, particularly if you're not from a technical background. And Ray, amateurlogic.tv and Ham College. Thank you, Ray, for the correction there. I appreciate that. Forget Your Life. It's a video-centric show. Will there still be a video for download, not just audio? Well, no, it'll be streamed just like I'm doing right now. The show will be like the live stream on Twit, but it will be hosted here. To the best of my abilities. I'm running it from my computer. If you're curious, Leo Laporte and the team they use something called a TriCaster, multi-$1,000 device to be able to do what they do. Again, it's a professional production set company. They've got people that work for them. I'm a guy with a computer. I've got great software like OBS that allows me to do what I'm doing right now, and I'm leveraging it to the maximum. So appreciate it. Still looking in the chat, and we're going to run for a little bit more with some questions. Ham Nation questions, if I can, that would be great. And then we'll get right into FreeDV. I bet you're wondering what that is. So let's see. Hey, Rhea. Appreciate Rhea hopping in there. And thank you for the comments. I saw your comment on Twitter. I really appreciate it. Rhea Jaram is the Hudson ARRL division, director, right? Division director? I believe that's the title. Let's see if I'm missing any chats. Oh, I got a super chat. I apologize. James Cohen, media mogul in the making. I don't think so. Like I said, I'm just having fun. I have a lot of fun doing this. I'm going to continue doing it. Facebook user, and I'm sorry, Facebook user, your username's not coming over. You asked same day, time of the week. Yeah, so we're going to aim for Ham Nation to be the same time when we do it. Now, that's another good distinction. Because I got to get my feet under me here, we're going to do it twice a month. They've been doing it 4 times a month, once a week. We're going to do it every other week. So the first day will be January 6th. It will be at 8 p.m. Central Time. Now, please, if you can. Give me a little leeway in that I will be driving home shortly before that time, so I need enough time to get everything up and running, call everybody on Skype. They use Skype. They've been using Skype for a long time, so we're going to use that too. And it'll take me a little bit to, warm up the tubes, if you will, to get the show running. So I appreciate if we start at 6:30, nobody give me a hard time. Super chat from James N5EV. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. No question attached. Thank you. Let's see. James Hannibal, will the new Ham Nation be published on the HRCC YouTube channel, or are they taking over the Ham Nation YouTube channel? Great question, too. So, we're going to start hosting it on the Ham Radio Crash Course. I will make a playlist that will be Ham Nation, and we will have a live stream, just like I do. I'll post days in advance for the upcoming episode so that you'll know it's coming up. So make sure you click that bell too, okay? Now, as far as the Ham Nation YouTube page goes, it is my understanding that that is owned by Twit. So I'm assuming that will remain with them. Because, they produce the show, right? It's their content. And whatever goes into that, right, that's what they own, right? That's their copyright, if you will. Jonathan Kottner with the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Now, again, I will be doing the Discord after chat, and if you have questions you want to ask after the show, we can answer them directly on the voice chat. So you can join me over there as well.
I know for a fact them radio waves is harmful.
Let's see. Richard Swartz, thanks for taking this on. I watch 3 live streams a week. HRCC, Dave Castler, and Ham Nation. So there you go. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Red Hat says, you're a really interesting person, Josh. Thanks. That could be taken either way. I'll take it the good way. Quick thoughts on the difference between the FT665 and the FT4XR. Which one is better? Join me in the Discord after chat and we can talk about that. Kevin, that's a good question, Kevin. That's a great question. Kevin asks, will you be making a pine board? I'm thinking about it. Actually. I heard that you can get some of those parts. Yeah, it's on my list for sure. I think it'll be fun. 100 Watts in a Wire. That's Christian Kudnick, also on YouTube. Great podcast, 100 Watts in a Wire. So Ham Nation is going to be fine. YouTube is a great spot for them to land. You got this. Thank you very much. I appreciate the vote of confidence. A good thing to remember, too, is that they weren't really utilizing YouTube chat. They were using the Twitch chat. And I think that there's going to be a lot of activity and discussion, and we'll have a lot of fun as we go through, the different segments and all that stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. Ria said, interesting thing is that Leo licensed his content as Creative Commons, non-commercial. So I plan to download a few notable episodes and keep them in case they get taken down. That's a great idea, Ria. That's very smart. Trigger X, is this actually happening now? No, the first episode will be January 6th. This was just to get in front of all the questions I've been getting. I've been getting emails and DMs and everything else. So I really just wanted to answer what's going on and what we're going to be doing, who it's going to be on the show, etc., etc. Tamitha Scove will continue to produce the videos that she does, and we will run them on the live show. Yeah, I believe so. That's my understanding. Yes. Are they announcing the change to their audience base? Yeah, so the last episode was Wednesday this last week, and they had Leo Laporte on. It was a nice kind of a send-off, if you will. Sad, of course, but, things happen. And so I think so. I think people know. I hope they know. And James Hannibal, I wonder if you could get Twit to add links to the HRCC YouTube channel on the old Ham Nation videos. Yeah, that might be something possible. In fact, it's mentioned in the blog, where the details are going to follow. So hopefully that'll happen, and that would be great. Kirby Thompson, another good question that I need to hit. Is this going to be in the same podcast stream? So for those of you that podcast, you know that it's an RSS feed-based system. You search for a podcast, but if you're an old-timer with podcasts like me, you used to have to copy RSS feeds in, and it would download from that location. Ham Nation has their own RSS feed as it exists today. I take over that RSS feed in February. So the short answer is yes, it will be the same feed, but there will be a bit of a lull as the episodes transition over. I hope that makes sense. I will have to secure hosting deals and add that to my hosting plans and all that stuff to make that run. But ideally, yes, Ham Nation will stay its own RSS feed, and Ham Radio Crash Course and its own RSS feed. Oh, Mike Smith with a good question. Mike Smith asks, is there going to be a Discord after chat for Ham Nation? I can probably guarantee you the first one definitely will, because if I can get all the way to the end and haven't blown anything up, we're going to celebrate. So, yeah, consider the first one for sure. And, hopefully the rest of the crew will try out Discord as well and have a lot of fun. So, okay, spent about 20 minutes answering questions, or since we started the show. So I think if you have any more questions, join me on the Discord, won't you? And the link for that is in the description. And again, Discord is like a kind of an updated front end for IRC, but it's a very similar type of thing. So anything you're used to in IRC, you'll understand when you get into it for Discord. So, okay. All right, so what are we talking about other than Ham Nation and Twit and everything that's fun going on there? Well, we're talking about an app called FreeDV, and it looks like this when you're running it. This, we get the question all the time. Here's a little bit of a tangent for you. We get the question all the time, can you use a DMR radio without some kind of connection to the internet? And the answer, of course, is yes. You just have the RF path between the two radios. Well, you can do the same thing with HF, and one of the ways to do it, there are many, including D-Star. D-Star will do it over HF, which we'll be doing in the future, don't worry. One of the ways, though, is this quirky mode. Quirky's the right word, called FreeDV. And I like these quirky videos with, I like the quirky stuff, like ALE and all that other fun stuff we've done in the past. This one's kind of like that, a little bit. So we're gonna take a look at this now, and hopefully you set up or you downloaded it, and we're gonna walk through it. But basically, how it works is you kind of have to add a second level of thought to your brain on how they all connect together. You're going to be taking audio out of your computer. Hey, Brian Edwards, thanks for all the help, Josh. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. So this is what it looks like when it's all set up. In fact, I shouldn't narrate what it looks like. I should just show you, right? So I'm going to put my cans on here because we're going to be getting to audio in a second. Free DVDs. Okay, so I do have my logger on because we're going to try and make some calls with this. So you get it opened, and yours isn't going to start like mine. It's likely going to be just a blank screen. In fact, this color would just be black, right? You bring it up, and it looks black. Ignore the logger that's at the bottom there. You're going to go to Tools. You're going to go to Audio Config, okay? Audio Config. For those of you that have set up audio digital modes in the past, you kind of know what's coming up. But this is a bit different, and we're going to walk through it right now. I have a ton of audio adapters for all the stuff that I run to do the show and all that other fun stuff. But we can make it pretty simple, and I'm going to try to do that now. The first most important thing you have to do is understand which tab you're looking at the bottom of the screen here. In this case, we're looking at the receive side. So signals coming out of your radio into your computer and then eventually into your ears, okay? You need to pick an audio device that goes from the radio to the computer, okay? I am using an ICOM 7300. Mine shows up as microphone for USB codec, okay? Yours is going to look a little bit different. Now, what I will show you, let's bring up Device Manager. I am on Windows, so keep that in mind. So I've got a Device Manager window right here. And if you go to ports, you're going to get a collection of ports, but one of them is going to be related to your radio. And likely you know what that is. Hopefully you know what that is. In this case, Silicon Labs, CP210, X USB to UART bridge COM1. That is my connection to my 7300. That's for cat control. There is also an audio input and output, And you'll notice it
I
says,
know for a fact them radio waves is harmful.
hey, W5ZDD Tony, thanks for all the help on the podcast. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the support. Thank you very much. So audio input interfaces, microphone is going to be 4 USB codec. That's my side. Yours is going to look a little bit different. And there will be a matching output, in this case, 4 USB audio codec speakers. Okay, so back on the FreeDV side of the house, the radio, so from radio to computer is going to be microphone 4 USB audio codec. Okay? So if we do this right, you select that guy, leave the rate at 44,100. I have not found a need to change that unless you have a specific audio setup that requires it. And then the second window is from computer to your speakers/headphones. So you got to do this in 2 parts. You got to get the audio from the radio into the computer, and then you got to get the audio, the voice audio, from the computer to your ears. So I am using a voice mod virtual audio device, and what that allows me to do is I can talk like this, right? So that's what this is doing. It's my input and output for my voice box. But if I have that set up right, wait, computer to speakers, that's the wrong one. Speakers high definition, we'll get to the output in a second. So speakers high definition is what I use. If I play a sound here, play 2 seconds. There's the audio. So we know that's working, and you can test that out. Okay, so this is going to be how you hear, right? So try that out. That's the receive side of the house. On the transmit side of the house, we're doing the same thing in reverse. My voice box didn't work. Oh, no. Did I change it? I might have changed it. Okay, well, I'll fix it later. Maybe it's because of FreeDV. Maybe it's making it all wonky. Now let's flip it. Flip it and reverse it. So we're on the transmit tab. Go up to microphone to computer. So I'm talking into this microphone into the computer. So for this, I am using the microphone. I'm not going to touch it because I know it's working. And because you said the voice box isn't working, it's pulling off my my audio interface. So I'm going to leave it at that. But we're going to test it. I'm going to talk in for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so it recorded. It's picking up the microphone audio. So good. Now, I will say, if at any time this doesn't work for you, at any time, here's the first thing you need to know about FreeDV. Just shut it down and restart it. Just shut it down, restart it. So if you picked the wrong audio device and you clicked the button, it didn't play anything, go ahead and shut the whole thing down. Close the settings box, close FreeDV, restart it. Don't know why, but it doesn't like it when you mess up. So just go ahead and restart it. Okay, next, computer to radio. So now we're going from computer out to the radio, so that's going to be on the ICOM device. Edison, you have to go back inside, please. Go back inside. Go back inside. Thank you. Not your live stream today. So we're going to go to speakers for USB audio codec. And again, that matches my 7300. You're going to have a similar type thing. Okay? So that's the real quick and dirty on how to set it up for the audio path. Now we got to do the PTT side of the house. Okay? So to do that, we're going to go to Ptt Config. And when you can, use hamlib. So use hamlib PTT. We're going to select the ICOM IC7300. Again, going back to the COM port that I showed earlier, we'll bring it up again just so that I know you're seeing it. Oh, and of course I ran it over. There it is. So we're going to go ports, Silicom Labs, USB to UART bridge, COM1. So COM1 is what I have selected. Now, here is where you have to match your serial rate. And I shouldn't have closed Device Manager. Come back, because I want to show you something. Okay, so step 1 is look at this USB port. Right-click on it, go to Properties, and you're going to go to Details. Wait, which one is it? Driver, Port Settings, Port Settings. You need that bits per second, right, to match the configuration into FreeDV. But wait, there's more. It also must match the radio. So let me show you what that looks like. Of course, this is on the 7300. your mileage will vary with other radios. So flip this over here. On the 7300, you go to Menu. Oh, apologize for the bump. Settings, Function. Wait, Function? No, Connectors. That's it. Civ, or CI-V. And at the baud rate, you need to set that to match everything else you're doing in the chain. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. So go back out, or you can hit Exit and bring you back out. Okay? So make sure you do that. Okay, so if it's all matching, you're probably good to go. You can do a test PTT. You should not get any warnings. There should not be a ham limb warning. There should not be anything like that. Again, for those of you that are on the 7300, I will show you one thing I had to do to make sure that it wasn't panicking. Let's go back to Menu. We're going to go to Set. We're going to go to Connector. We're going to go to Civ. We're going to go to Echo Back, the hollow back of CIV connection, and we're going to go on. Leave it on. I found that I needed to do that. Now, when I hit Test PTT, watch. We are PTTing. That little blip you saw is the PTTing. Okay, so if you have it all set up correctly, hit Apply. Now, a bit on the modes that you have here on the right-hand side. Let me go back to the website here so you can see this. There is a link in the description for the, where is it? I'm looking at stuff. There it is. Never mind the antenna you just saw.
I know for a fact them radio waves is harmful.
Why didn't the alert box show up? Thank you for the super chat. I don't know. Oh, that's why. It needs to be way up there. Let me check. Thank you for the super chat. Whoa! Man, thank you for the super chat. That's very nice. CH. I can't say I watch your channel anymore, but what happened to the vlog channel? Well, for that super chat, I'll give you a quick answer. I vlogged for over 600 days, every day, nonstop. And it wasn't that I got burnt out, although Leia was getting a little tired of it. Really, more burning out is based off of not wanting to piss my wife off. So I decided, I looked back over the 600 days, and I said to myself, what did I have the most fun with? Like, what was I the most passionate about? If I treated the 600 days of doing a video every day as a microcosm of what my future life could be, what did I have the most fun with? And it was ham radio, without a doubt. I absolutely loved all the videos that I did on ham radio, any radio, receiving, shortwave listening, all that stuff. They were often my most popular videos too. So it was like, okay, yeah, let's have fun with that. 600 days, that's like a whole year. Exactly. So yeah, I just was like, man, I could just do this. So if you imagine, I interned for 2 years on video creation. Mind you, I've been on YouTube since 2006, but I interned for 2 years in just making videos every day, getting used to it, understanding what I like, what I don't like. And then I was like, hey, so looking back, you know, what did I do with my year? I was metal detecting, prospecting, all hobbies that I still like but don't have time for, and ham radio. And I spent more time doing ham radio, so that was an easy one. So easy answer there. Thank you for the super chat. Super appreciate it. Okay. So here we go. All right. So let's go down here because I want to answer the burning question. Oh, I passed it, didn't I? I did pass it. No. Wait. Where did it go? There it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. This is the manual for setting it up. Okay, so the FreeDV modes, right, that table there is going to explain kind of how the different modes work. So we're going to start out on, what are we using right now? 1600 is what we're using. And then we'll maybe go up from there, but we may stay at 1600. So that's where I would set it for now. It is low latency. It says the speech quality is 4 out of 10, so we're trying to aim for decent speech quality. And the SNR is going to be 4, so you're going to have to be relatively close to be able to hear my signal, and I vice versa to you. But, you know, we're going to give it a shot. So First thing I'll do is start. Let me go back to my display. I completely lost my audio. See what happens when you mess around with your settings, kids? Trying to show people how things work and then you screw it up. Wouldn't be a live stream of mine if I didn't screw it up. So radio to computer, we've got to select the... Yeah. Okay, that was it. Apply, good, go. Ooh. Look at that. Very fancy. Okay. Okay, so ideally, let's find ourselves a frequency that we can be on here. I'm going to check in the chat, too. We're going to look for a frequency and hopefully find one that's not QRM'd out or has people on it. I've got some high noise again tonight. I am good to go there. Good to go, good to go. Let's give her a little power. Find my foot switch. Here we go. Let's see what if this frequency is open. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? I'm also going to switch to my meter display so I can see the ALC and what my SWR is. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? So that's a little high. Okay, nothing heard. We are on 7.213. I'm going to start FreeDV. And if you are receiving right now, we're going to try and make a QSO. So I'm going to click the PTT button. Let me switch back over here. Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. QSL, QSL, QSL. QSL, what am I saying? Hold on, let me restart that. Let's redo that again. CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. And I'm going to turn off the compressor. I think I've got to have that off. So I think, ideally, if someone can hear that, they would be able to decode it. Nothing in Oregon, I'm being told.
I know for a fact them radio waves is
so
harmful.
This is, man, thank you, CH. This is a, I'm on 50 watts. No, I'm on 100 right now. So we may put the amp on in a second. CH with another big super chat. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Thanks for the response. Those 600 days were very impactful on my life. Can't say ham radio is my thing, but I'm glad you found your hobby. Have a good day. If you remember, I was going to send you some fish back in the day when I worked in fish. I think I do. Yeah, man. I think I remember the avatar, too. I appreciate that. Super cool. Thank you very much. Let's see. We are in... should we be... We should be... No, this follows standard SSB voice convention, so you would be in lower sideband. I am on 7.213. In fact, can I do wide video? I can. Yeah, there we go. So I'll move my... There we go. Okay, so let's try that again. CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. And I'm watching my waterfall on the radio, and I'm watching the waterfall here so that I'm not, affecting anybody that may be on the space because, we're doing like a weird little thing. So I'm going to try and keep it cool. Nothing heard, so I may have to bump into Amp Town here in a second. And I appreciate that we're playing around. I appreciate that we're playing around with stuff that's like not not normal. So those of you that can get FreeDV working, that would be great. This is going to sound like DMR, I believe, similar to DMR. So no show in Berkshires. It sounds like R2D2. Yeah. but flipped. I'm in the process of buying. Josh, maybe you need a bigger antenna. Maybe. Finally, a reason to get a bigger antenna. Where's my chat? So I can see the full chat there. Didn't hear anything in NorCal. Okay, I guess that's all the reason I need. So we'll back this off a little bit. Is there a tune button? There isn't a tune button. All right, we're going to dial this way back for a second. I'm going to get the amp going. Because this is a digital mode, so keep that in mind. I'm going to check my tune here on the amp. Give it a second. Yeah, you can see it. Okay. Oh, somebody's there. Whoever that was, come back. I was keying up my amp. I don't know if you could hear that, but I definitely heard it. Where'd that video go? There it is. And you see it changed the waterfall too. So, okay, let's do another call here with the amp on. Let me give it a little bit more. CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. No, it doesn't need to be in single sideband D. It can be in LSB, it's fine. CQ, 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 Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Right? Yeah, we're just going to pray. We're also using a pretty esoteric mode, so. No copy. Central Washington. Bummer. I mean, we can try data, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Let's see what that does. May just bugger out the app. CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Now, of course, the I have this running, but if no one else has this running, then I can't make a contact. I will flip over to the SDR. Hey, DNepper Mike. Thank you for subscribing on the Twitch side of the house. Appreciate that. For the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Now I know we're cooking with fire because K Booty's getting on. We're on, K Booty. CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Now I can drop the squelch here. There's the squelch off. So we do have... Oh, somebody's trying. I'm glad I turned the squelch off. I am using FreeDV. That's the mode. Put your radio in lower sideband, though, if you're on 40. It follows standard single sideband conventions. There is somebody in there, so you can see him right there or something. Somebody was just talking. Little blips and bloops. Since I've used this before, I know what I'm listening for. It sounds like DMR, though, when all thing's said and done. I think somebody's trying to talk. Let's do CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. What did you mention a signal level required to decode? 5 dB for the mode we're using. We may have to drop it down. In fact, that might be a good call. What time is it? Yeah, we should probably drop it down. So if we remember from the website I had up, if we go to 700D, then we get a minimum SNR of -2. Sorry, not dB, SNR. So let's do that. Everybody switch to 700D. Okay, so right here, right-hand side, you're going to click the 700D, and you're going to start. Okay, we're going to, hopefully everybody's switching right now. How much power am I putting out? I think I'm putting out about 400 watts. I don't want to push it more on this amp because that's full duty cycle. This is digital. Let's try it now. CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Hello from radio. So you can switch all these. Down here in the bottom too, as you're watching, there's the waterfall. There's the spectrum, scatter plot, and I believe the scatter, let's do that. It's not resyncing. I may have a problem on my end. I may have to restart. This software can be a little buggy. So I think I may have a problem. See how it says this little modem int lveer1? If it looks weird, I think it's probably wrong. And again, what do you do if you think there's something wrong? Restart the app. FreeDV, just close it and restart it. Oh, first stop it. Now shut it down. There you go. Boop. Okay, go on back up there. So it should remember your settings pretty well, except it's going to screw up your dimensions and mess up your live stream. So 700D again, we're going to go start. Oh, it's a completely different color now. Okay, there's... Keep... Is that... Is that N5SKT? See, did you try turning it off and on again? So we're getting audio, but check it out. The waterfall's not showing anything. Take me to your leader. Okay, this is not what we want it to sound like. It's supposed to sound different than this. Okay, I lost you for a second. Let me come back. Oh, I think that's N5SKT. This is not what we want. We want it to sound better than this. Yeah, it sounds like a dropout. Who is that? Caviar? Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and do CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. I don't know if that's actually, if it's just freaking out. Something, it's got that interleaver 1, but it seems to be syncing and then falls off. What's the scatter say? All right, another thing, the way this works is you have to, you'll basically see 4 dots. It'll come up as a square, basically, on this screen. Right now, we just have a single, oh, there we go. So see this circular outline that's coming out? You may not be able to see it on the stream. It's very faint until you have like a super, super, super strong signal, or loud enough to be able to decode it. Don, you got to pause and let me in there, man. I can't hear you. Bueller. Okay. Is he still talking, or is that just weird artifacts that I'm getting? Oh, yeah, it does sound like the prawns from District 9. Okay, let me stop this for a second. I think that might just be artifacts. It sounds like DMR when you get it up and running. Oh, so that's artifacts. That's just human artifact. That's weird. That's a little trippy. What's going on with that? Let me put the squelch on. Okay, let's do that. Why is it so weird? Something's not right. Okay, let me my squelch might just be too low. No. This is funky. Let's restart it. Give me a reason to restart. Vin Nguyen, thank you for subbing. Appreciate it. Michael Ramsey. Man, I got a lot of subs. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Okay. Okay. Let's not panicking now. Good stuff. All right, let's try that again. Now, I did get a comment that I looked for frequencies online, but I'm being told that the calling frequency is 7.177. So I'm going to slide down there. We did look that it was a clear frequency, so we were in the clear. But I'm going to go ahead and slide down now to do that. So we're going to slide down right now. 177. So we're still in general land, but we got to check that first. Little bit, little high. Anyway, okay. Let me go back. Brandon Cooper, thank you. Okay, so yeah, this is a little weird. I don't think that's working right. We may have to adjust that. Okay, let's see. Steve, I've mentioned twice. K Booty, where? Okay, so where are you at, K Booty? Let's try to make this happen. Somebody said they had a message for me in. Steve, I've mentioned that twice for him to go back to just SB. I don't know what that means. Just SB. Your waterfall looks odd. It should be more. I know. Yeah, there's something else going on. It is. Oh, just regular low sideband. Okay. Does that change anything? No. So let me stop and restart it. I'd like to make a contact. We made one contact, N5SKT and I, kind of. Kind of is the best way. But, you know, you guys love these ones where I just fumble about until we make something happen. Yeah, it's a little wonky. What's going on with that? Oh, Brad Snyder, here's a QSO. Okay, so this is something on my end. It's lamp. Like the ALE vid, yeah. Yeah, so something got buggered. So let's go back into the audio settings. And we will make sure we've got the right one. So radio to computer again, we're going microphone 4. And computer to speaker headphones, we are going speakers high definition. We're going to apply. On the transmit side of the house, we are going to go microphone to computer is the Focusrite Scarlett. Let's do that. Test 1, 2, test 1, 2. Yep, got it. And then from computer to radio, we are going to use the, where is it? Speakers, USB codec. Okay. And there you go. All right, let's try now. Hey, there we go. Wow, that was weird. So yeah, I had so you all saw me set the audio codec before. I don't even have the Christmas light antenna up yet. Oh, by the way, for everybody curious, why I didn't do the Christmas lights today, it's because next week, Christmas Day is on a Friday, and then the live stream will be following that day. So I'm going to build the Christmas light antenna next week when I have time off of work, and then I'm going to go directly into the stream. Remember, Christmas lights on the air, link is in the description. Make sure you get involved in that. That's going to be a fun little event. Make an antenna out of Christmas lights. Make as many contacts as possible in whatever mode you can. If you can. And then next Saturday will be my Christmas light. I've got something fun cooked up, so we'll do that whole thing. Okay, let's see if we've got somebody else in there. So it looks better now. So let's go ahead and try to call CQ again and see if anybody out there. Nothing heard on my waterfall. CQ. Oh, there we go. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. A Cruz XKSA, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see if we can get somebody to decode. I got a squawk. K Booty says I got a squawk. Let's do this. I'm gonna point the antenna up a little bit northern here, and I'm gonna turn on an SDR and see if we can. I've been calling. Okay. Not making it. Are your filters off? Filters are off. I've got nothing turned on. And that's a big point, too. Thank you for mentioning that, Ham Radio Fun. You got to have all your filters off. You want the most amount of data going into your computer as possible. Let's pull up an SDR and see if I'm getting heard, so we can hear what it sounds like. Okay, let me pull it up. One second. Okay. So we are on the 40 meter, so we're going to go to SDR1. Let's go ahead. There, you're hearing that audio now. Very good. Let's tune it down to 177. They got something going on there. They're really stepping on people. I'm not hearing them on my radio. There's definitely somebody's FreeDV though. That noise. That. Let's see if it comes over. That's some crosstalk off band. Okay, let's see if we can make it up there. Let's see. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. If you heard that, that was me. Yeah, there's like 2 stations above and below. You can see it. I think we were better off where we were the first time. That's it, that noise. Why can't I hear them though? We're bridging the gap. Wherever you are, Utah's right in the middle hearing both of us. Okay, very good. Somebody was a little bit louder in there. God, I really want to make... Let's drop the... Did it start bugging out because I had the squelch off? Is that what happened? Oh, good. KK6USY can hear the other stations at least, so that's good. All right, let's get a little bit more dangerous then. Chuck, I'm halfway pointed to you. Let's do that again. Reset the settings. Bloop. The stats, you mean? Or, oh, resync? I'm going to need you to make at least one contact before you end this stream, bud. Yeah, let's try that. Would this be considered voice or digital on the band plan? Same as DMR. Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu CQ 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 for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu CQ FreeDV Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. We're a little bit in the weeds. I appreciate that. Not everybody runs this mode. Nada from K Booty, and that's no bueno because I should be able to hit you. What's funny is we can just hop on FT8 after we're done or JSA call. I don't know that we made a voice contact. Oh no, I had. Well, sometimes it's just about trying, right? It's just about having fun. Do you not even hear you off? Yeah, no, I heard it on Utah. Now I just lost my audio completely. Or I just lost the view. I'm restarting again. Will Moran, Super Chat. Join late. What are you running digital? And if you are, what is the digital mode? It is FreeDV. I found myself in another fun hole of radio, of challenging contacts. Is your antenna still on the roof? Yes, I checked it today. Also, my SWR is matching where the antenna is normally at. So yeah, I think so. I mean, that's what I'm expecting to see, this waterfall. That's exactly what I'm expecting to see. But I haven't actually seen any signals on my radio, though, so I'm guessing we don't have enough power in this. Not into a dummy load. Nope. It's into the step IR. What's your radio input source, mic or USB? USB. Radio input is USB because it's coming from the computer. Size of the antenna tuned coupler. It is a step IR. I've posted a couple of videos on it. Will Moran says, interesting. Never heard of it. It is just HF and how does... Oh, so it's just a digital... It's like DMR, but we're sending it over HF. That's what it is. It's basically a digital mode that we're shooting over HF. Why does the waterfalls go up? Shouldn't be going down in order to be water. It's a reverse waterfall. Everything checks out, but I could be missing something. Yeah, I think so. I'm suspicious that FreeDV is not set up 100% since I just did it 5 minutes ago. Yeah. That's a DV. No, it's probably my noise. I bet I could just... It didn't change at all. Interesting. So that's not accurate then. Something else is going on here. Let's stop it. Tools. All right, here we go. Excellent. All right. All right. So radio to computer, again, radio, that is microphone input, which we've already done. It's that. So that's your input noise. You see that green line. Computer to headphones. We already did that as speaker. Play it. There it is. Sample rate remains the same. Microphone to computer is the Focusrite. Test, 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 test. That's me. And then into computer to radio is the speakers for USB audio codec. Okay. Apply. Good. Go. Yeah, it's the same. Zach, are you decoding? Who are you decoding right now? Are you getting it? Zach, one of our mods, is also running it right now, but he's in Florida. Does it have to be on Lab D? What was the question? Does it have to be on Lab D? New computer, so I've been slowly getting everything reinstalled and set up. Remoted into a station in New York right now. And you're hearing who, Zach? Are you hearing me? Oh, LSBD. No. You need I'll just throw this out there too. For single sideband, anything above 10 megahertz is upper sideband. Everything below lower sideband, everything below 10 megahertz is lower sideband. So just keep that in mind. We're using the standard single sideband conventions with this mode. So you should be on lower sideband if you were on 40 meters with me right now. I can't even drop the squelch down and hear it. What's going on? Can I just unclick it? That's kind of a bummer. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see what's happening. So if you take off this check mark, that will, it's not that you're gonna take the squelch off and just hear raw audio. You're gonna hear the program trying to, oh, that was somebody. That was something. You're going to hear the program trying to convert noise into voices. I get it now. That was my fault. Don't use D. Yeah, I'm not on D. Heard the speakers this time. Didn't last time. Not hearing anybody clearly in Central California. Hey, I got asked so many times to do this. FreeDV. When are you going to do a video on FreeDV? Here it is. Here's the video on FreeDV. The bandwidth on this mode is... Oh! Hold on. We got a live one. So the bandwidth on this is as wide as you can cram into your radio. Put more power into it. Ham harder. Where's Mike? Let's make a QSO on this thing. That is what I expect to see. And if I had the scatter plot up, so this scatter plot is actually going to coalesce little dots in a box, in the corners of a box. Just narrow the filter. That's not going to help. You want it open. You want to feed all that audio into the computer as possible. Pushing 300 watts. Don says, was that Don? All right, let's try. I'll try back. Here we go. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. I am gonna do something though, because I think I'm messing this up a little bit. What I'm gonna do here, let me show you on the 7300. I'm gonna go to settings. I'm gonna go to function. I'm gonna go to, nope, not function. I did that the second time I've done that. I'm gonna go to this, the ACC USB AF output level. This is the opposite though. It's the input level. Oh, that's the volume. I need to lower the volume somewhat. But that's gonna mess up my end. Huh. Ham Radio Dude, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. We're going to work through this live. Somebody said I can't stop until I make a contact, so I don't know how long. Have you ever seen one of those 24-hour Twitch gamers? This could be that for FreeDV. Will Moran, that one little bit of signal voice sounds like P20. Oh, yeah, it's very much like P25. Actually, you're better. That's a better statement than anything that I've heard so far. I kept saying DMR to make it easy, but I think you're totally right. That's what you want it to be. It's more like P25 for sure. It's not. It's the audio in. So technically, I would control that with the computer, but then I would kill my mic. So I don't want to do that. What if I do this? So that's the speakers or the mic? That's the mic. Hold on. We're doing some live. Let me check this now. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. That didn't change it. Okay, that's that. So actually, I think I might be onto something here, and if I figure this out right, then this might be it. Let's see if this is something. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Yes. Okay. So I did have to monkey around a little bit while I was doing this, and let me flip over here so you can see it. All right. So on the sound side of all the things, there are two sound controls you need to also control the input and output on. So the speakers are going to be, if you're thinking about this like out of your computer, you're going out of your computer into your radio. And that is the speaker output is the input, the mic input to the radio or the digital input. On the receive side, that is the speaker part of the radio into the microphone side of your computer. So they're like flip. You take the headphone and headphone speaker, and you go bloop, and then you connect them. That's kind of what we're doing logically with this. So I basically went in and I dropped my ALC because my ALC was clipping. I was going over the top of my ALC. So I'm going to bump that up a little bit, bring it back in a little, and I brought back down the mic, and it somewhat changed the waterfall, but not appreciably. So I'm going to make another... Wait, who's still out there? I barely got you that. Okay, so K-Booty barely got me. So let me try this now that I've adjusted it and see if we've got something. Otherwise, I think we flip back to 1600 and then we call it a day because I don't know this is going to happen. So here we go. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. We're doing FreeDV on 40 meters for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Still nothing. Okay. It's too weak to decode, but he sees me. Woohoo! Oh, IK04 says, I heard you loud and clear. Well, as loud and clear as it is. IK40, okay, IK04. I'm going to transmit again. Do you have a phone? Record it on a phone and see if whatever it is, record it, and then we'll play it on the Discord after chat, because I at least want to hear it. I will at least want to see what it sounds like. The only time I did it was with N5 SKT, and it's like P25, but I just want to see that I'm getting out there. Okay, let's try this again. We're still clear there. CQ, CQ, CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. James Hannibal, the person. What do they say? The person that makes the recommendation is the one that gets assigned the duty. So I think we have a. This is certainly a quirky mode, James Hannibal. This would fit well in the quirky QRP product line. It's very quirky. So maybe you should think about that. He got himself into trouble. Quirky DV. There you go. Well, shoot. If we can't make this work, let's drop it down to 16. We're going up, though. That's higher fidelity. This program is whack, though. Okay, so that's one thing that's a problem with this. All I did was change the mode. Let me go back in here really quick. We'll change modes one time, and I promise I'm going to wrap this up, and we're going to go to the after chat, because this is getting rough. How much abuse can I take from a radio? Let me get this out of the way. We could have just had a couple of contacts on single sideband this whole time. We're just adding extra complication to it. Oh man. Okay, so what's the next mode we want to try? So we want minimum SNR. We were at 700D, and so that doesn't make any sense. So what's going on here? Single sideband is a 0 for minimum SNR, and the speech quality is 5 out of 10. But if you go to 1600, it's a 4 for minimum SNR, and a 3 out of 10 for fading. It's kind of a weird table they have. Latency is low. 700D has high latency. Let's get off the high latency stuff. I think that might be part of the problem. Let's flip it over to 700C. So everybody flip your mode to 700C and see how we do. There we go. And I'm going to restart it again, because that's not right. And 7ZO. Okay, thank you, buddy. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this is 700C. No, that doesn't look like much. We had this working before, but it doesn't seem to be doing so well. Okay, let's do this again. We're going to go radio to computer, microphone, and we're going to do speakers high definition. Transmit is going to be microphone to computer is going to be my Focusrite. Let's check that. Check, check, check. And we are going to go from computer to radio. So that is speakers output on 4. Apply. OK. Start. OK. So now we got it back. Put it in pile with ALE. Yeah, man. Something weird is going on here. Yeah, seriously. What frequency are you on so I can try and listen to my SDR? So we are on 7.177. SantaNet's bleeding over now? Ay, ay, ay. I might have to call it. We may not be able to make... We may have to do a FreeDV follow-on live stream. We can't get in the way of Santa, guys. I'm going to do one more call here, and then we're going to wrap it up. Let's see if we get a call back. On my, let's. I'm monitoring on my side too. I'm not getting a lot of traffic, so here we go. CQ from Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. CQ for Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. So somebody, apparently people are using it and they're making contacts, but I am not that lucky, of course, because I'm doing a live stream. No. Gregorio says, I have read that older radios work better for FreeDV. Okay. Oh, heard me on Utah. And again, I'm not going to sound like me. It's going to be like... Okay, good. M0JEO heard Dawn. I always have the hardest time because I realized in the summer. Nice, Mike N8YO is getting it. Okay, good. As long as you guys are getting it, I'm glad. As long as it's working for you. Yeah, right. Turn the live stream off and it's going to work immediately. So I've found due to time shifts, like we do a lot more QSOs, successful QSO parties in the summer. Because when I do my live stream at 5 p.m. is kind of a sweet spot, gray line, where the east side is still a bit light, and that seems to work really well. But this 40 stuff has not been great for us. KI6 in Y. Oh, you got me, Wyoming Ham? It's just sporadic enough that I don't think I want to keep going with it. I don't want to keep messing up the bands by trying to make this work. Screaming into the darkness with a digital mode that nobody's receiving on. That's the thing. Is it's not just like we're just talking, like yelling out in single sideband, like hey, am I making it? Am I making it? It's we're yelling out, but it's in a very specific digital mode, and so anybody that's listening at the same time is not going to be able to code us. So. I'm glad that I showed you, so I can say that I did this. So I'll check the box. We did it. I've been asked so many times to do it. We did it. We tried. It's probably a bad night. 40s hasn't been. 40 wasn't great tonight. It was not great last night, but it was better earlier this week for me. Well, people are still hearing people, so okay. I'm glad. I'm glad people are hearing people. I'm glad that's kind of the point. Okay, I've dropped the squelch all the way down. If I turn the squelch off, though, then it's just going to be like... Well, go ahead. Let's see if somebody can do it. The squelch is off. Jump in. See, go for it. Everybody just go for it. Was that N5 SKT? Don, was that just you right now? Like right there? It's going up? I'm looking in the chat for Don. Okay, so that was Dawn. Okay, that weird vertical lines, that was Dawn. I'm hearing voices. Let's go back to Dawn. N5 SKT, this is Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. You are a 5 question mark because we're using FreeDV. So is this a copy? Do you copy? I'm going to rotate my antenna here shortly, but let me know if you can copy this. I'm pointing at Don now because I know he's in Texas. I heard video. Okay, I see you on the waterfall, but I'm not copying any. Turn the squelch off. But I'm not seeing the decode. I'm not hearing the decode, but it was definitely waterfall. Then that was definitely Dawn. So anybody on the Discord after chat, that was Dawn. So weird. Okay, all right, Dawn. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm calling it an S5. Copy that N5 SKT. You are a 5x5 to me here in Southern California in Cerritos. This is a challenging digital mode, but let's see if we can wrap up a QSO here. And yeah, let me know what my what my signal strength is, please. That was absolutely Don. Don's gone.
Yeah, sorry, I cannot decode you. And so it's hard to.
Now, this is not a good example of this. We did this. Don and I did a back and forth that was much better than this before. So, you know, this is not great. But that is a human. We just heard a human. Okay. I'm going to try one more time. Here we go. I threw some more power at it. Let's see if this works. Don N5SKT, Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. I got you at a 555555. Do I have a signal report? Don has gone to the after chat. Okay. So, all right, we're getting, you guys are, I'm not hearing that station. Oh my God. All right. Well, go ahead and I'm gonna create a new playlist for weird digital modes that I get sucked into doing a video on. This is definitely one of them. I have a feeling though the next weird digital mode that we're gonna go into, we will make QSOs on HF, and it can be a lot of fun. Hopefully, if you guys don't abuse the privilege. And anyway, more on that in the future. So little thing to think about is that was funny though. Okay, we tried. I swapped my 101D for LSB to digital, and I was getting better decodes at the end there. Yeah, to be honest, Mike, N8YO, I don't know that the digital is playing that much of an effect. I really don't. I don't think so. As long as it's pulling the data out the back wherever your connection is. So Don's PC imploded. He tried to FreeDV so hard that his computer just imploded on itself. Yeah. Now let me stop this for a second so I can hear myself think. Let me flip this over here before I wrap up the stream. So what we were just trying to do was take human voice and do a digital conversion over it to create a digitized sound, send that over the air to be received on the receiving station, and then converted from digital back into analog. So there's already multiple points of loss in that train, right? Once you try to convert from analog to digital and then reconvert back from digital to analog, you're going to lose some of the nuances of human speech. That's why DMR has such a kind of a robot-y sound to it. So we're not necessarily doing something here that works better in the noise. This isn't like something you'd use to get out further necessarily. It is an interesting thing you can do, but it's not really ultra effective if that's what you're trying to do. Although -4 is not bad, SNR, that's not bad, but we couldn't get it to work. And that's, we had the best results with 700C, which is technically 2 SNR. So yeah. Yeah, and also you get packet loss on HF as well. So yeah, FreeDV has some weirdness. Maybe it's just because we're on just a bad day. Josh, too many apps running on the computer. I am at 30% CPU load right now. I got a pretty beefy computer, and you can thank Loyal for that. Admin extraordinaire on the Ham Radio Crash Course for his recommendation on building this computer. So this computer's pretty solid. Yeah, so I think that's what we're going to leave it at that. How long? Okay, this is an hour and a half. We're going to stop. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, that is how you set up FreeDV. We set it up successfully. We heard Dawn, and I was getting heard by other people. Could not make a successful QSO, though. So we'll put this on the back burner for a little while. We'll do something with it in the future, but for the time being, maybe it would be good for local comms, maybe some NVIS stuff. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, let me flip it over here and say a big thank you to the patrons. You guys help make the channel run by directly supporting the channel and what I'm trying to do. And for that, I try to put out some exclusive content that just goes to the patrons. But big shout out to everybody there. Really appreciate all the producers, the Brew Crew, and then all of the other supporters on Patreon. I do a newsletter every month. We do the Brew Crew reviews. We do the stickers, and we do the patron picks. So thank you very much. And yeah, so a couple of super chats just came through. Thank you very much from Will Moran. Have a nice night, guys. Please join us over in the Discord after chat. That's where we're going next here. So would appreciate that. If you have questions, because we've been talking about Ham Nation and esoteric voice over digital HF modes. I believe you probably have questions that were not answered, and we try to answer questions, so please join us on the Discord, and we'll help you out. KT Money asks, any advice for a guy trying to understand any of this stuff and pass the tech test, asking for a friend? Yeah, so there's a couple of ways to do that. One, go check out my channel and go to the technician playlist on getting your technician license. I try and make it a really fun conversation where we just go through the questions and really just kind of talk through it. Two, take practice tests. You can go to hamstudy.org and take free practice tests. And when you're ready to take the final exam to get your license, it's not like a final, more of a midterm, I guess. Then you can go to hamstudy.org/sessions, and they do live testing, all done over the internet. You don't have to go in front of anyone to make that happen. And then lastly, if you are a learner who likes to learn through written word and you like books, who doesn't like a book? I have a long-time recommendation for Gordon West and all the books that he does. Gordo's books are fantastic. They're available on Amazon. You can go in the link to my Amazon store. I have Gordon West books linked there, so check him out for that. Okay? That's the best way I would recommend it. IK04, this was fun with the super chat. Thank you. I don't think this is fun. I wanted to make a contact. All I needed was to make a contact. I just wanted to make one contact. I couldn't even do that. It's a very fidgety system, and it's entirely possible because 40 right now is already kind of a noisy band. It's been S3, S4 to me recently, and who knows what the wife's probably running a microwave for 45 minutes right now or something. So I'm getting crazy RFI. But that could be something to do with it. If you're in a lower noise environment, I assume you might do better. In fact, Don and I have probably had the most success with this. I'll probably try and work with him maybe during the after chat where we can play around with some settings to see if we can pull something out. So again, if you're interested in joining us on the Discord after chat, link is in the description. It'll be the same one we use when we go to work with Ham Nation and all the fun stuff there. So consider joining us. It is a chat room, multiple chat rooms. We've got MCOM chats, Soda, POTA, antenna building, ham questions, you name it. We have that on the Discord, so you can ask whatever questions you want. And there are voice chat components. And right now we're going to go to the live chat room, and voice chat and continue this discussion. Probably laugh at me a little bit for not being able to make a contact. Anyway, I am Josh, KI6NAZ. You've been watching the Hammernet Crash Course. Thank you so much for doing so. And we'll be talking to you again soon. And the next time we're going to talk, we're going to be lighting up some Christmas lights with radio. So I hope you join us. All right? Please subscribe. Click that bell. Give me the thumbs up. And I'll talk to you soon, okay? See ya. Super chat from Philomeno. Appreciate it. Oh, it's a poop emoji. Thank you for the poop emoji. I got to let it go a second before I hit that button because the live streams, I don't want to cut them off too early. K8MRD, I'll see you in the live chat, man, or the after chat. Thank you very much. WB57DD Tony says, it's hard to think during a live stream. It can be. It can be. You got to stay on your toes. I think if you do it enough, though, you get really good at failing. You fail with a certain, like, yes, I fell. I fell and hit my head numerous times, but we're good. We're running it again. All right. I'm heading over to the Discord. I will see you all there.